I've been playing with the brass fidget thingy.
Oh yeah.
It really makes your fingers smell horrible.
But yeah, that is the smell of your oils combining with the metal.
Is it?
Yes, because metal, as someone more intelligent than me has told me, and I believe them, that metal doesn't smell. But when you touch it, your specific body things react with the metal. So that your smell of metal is different than my smell of metal, because my oils are different than yours. And it's not nice for anyone.
It's put me off touching this.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I could never be a full-time metal worker, because I do not enjoy that. That's human-touched metal smell.
You see, when I spent that very brief time as an engineer, we used to have the water-based lubricant blasting over everything as we were cutting it and whatnot. And that is literally all you could smell. I used to get that smell off me by a Sunday evening and then start all over again on a Monday with it. It was horrible.
Yeah, that also that's the gross kind of unclean, so to say. I don't like it when it's sticky messy.
Yeah,
I like it clean messy.
But this token fiddly pockets thingy is absolutely fantastic. I won this at Makers.
Where did you win that? That's how did that happen? You just had it, and I didn't really understand where you got to, how it happened.
When I got it, I didn't understand what was happening either. But I'll tell you the story. I walked into the pub next door to the hall that Maker Central was based in. Got a pint, went out in the garden where Kev was again, Kev Sharkey, and I sat down next to Kev. And he said, "Oh, this is Nate." And I said, "Hello, Nate, I'm Glenn." And then Nate opened what looked like a pencil case, if you like, full of these small brass coins. And he said, "Pick one." And so I said, "Okay." And I picked one out and I didn't look. And Sharky said, "No, you're not doing it right. Put it back. Close your eyes and pick one out again." And I picked one out again and I picked it out. And Nate said, "Oh, let me have a look at it," because I couldn't see anything because I've not got my specs on. And he said, "Oh, my God. He's won." And what I did is I won a larger one, which says fall 7, stand 8, which means just always keep getting up and carrying on. Yeah, so it's pretty cool, and it is very, very nice and tactile to play with. So that's a cool thing.
Yeah, Simply Ornate is his handle,
Yes.
I think. And he makes really cool looking stuff. But I don't really see the point of carrying it around.
No, he showed me a knife that he'd done with a really gorgeous scaling pattern on it, and that really was nice.
Yeah,
I mean, I would definitely carry that around and try not to get arrested. But no, he does make some cool stuff. He's got a very successful Etsy store actually selling it. So yeah, feel very honoured to own that.
So you just happened to win something without even realizing you were participating in it.
At the time, I didn't understand what was going on, I'll be honest.
Just smile and nod and be happy.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's awesome.
Nothing out of the ordinary then. Run-of-the-mill Wednesday. I woke up.
They say ignorance is bliss.
Happening, went to bed. Yeah.
And I'm very blissful. So I kind of started work on my next project tonight.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. I found... Go on.
Is it wood related?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found my piece of bogwood that KJ sent me. And I planned the first bit of filming and obviously went to my camera, my phone that I film on, and that was flat and my microphones were flat. So I tidied the workshop and did an Instagram post and asked if anybody had got any decent suggestions on what to make with it. And I haven't had one yet. But you are smiling, so I'm guessing you've left one on my Instagram profile.
Nope.
No?
Nope. I have a brilliant idea, but I've been thinking about that piece of wood myself.
Is this an idea for you, not for me?
Yeah.
Then?
But should I share it? Should I? Yeah, I can lift the lid for our listeners here. I got a bit inspired of Fixit Fingers video for the voiceover, and then
Mhm.
I really don't have to make anything of the wood itself. But it is Swedish, so and I have all these
So
IKEA
just burn
wood
it.
laying around. No, no. But I have some IKEA wood laying around, and of course, IKEA videos generally do good. So what if I make a frame out of that, and just to put the wood in, and then behind it you have some old parchment, whatever it's called.
Parchment paper.
Yeah, like a certificate of authenticity, and then during the entire video, you just like, yeah, this is definitely not wood from the Vasa ship, although it does come from the same piece of water, but it's definitely not from. Just during the entire video, insinuating that it is, but just blatantly state that it's not it. But if you could pull it off at the end, that people is like, should I buy this? Is it just his way of like getting away with something that obviously is a part of the Vasa ship? And yeah, so the making would not be the wood itself, but it would be the parchment paper with the certificate and the story and everything, and I could just put it on my wall.
That is actually a rather nice idea.
I've had a few ideas for it, but one of them was to make a frame as well, and just put a picture of myself in and post it back to UKJ for Christmas. Which still might happen.
like one of those frames when you buy them in the store, they come with this standard picture of this lady or something.
That is also a great idea. I feel like I don't have any good ideas for my piece, so yeah.
Oh, you could make like a Banksy frame, so you would ship it, and then at your birthday or something, you just like, and it would just shred the picture halfway, and then that is the piece.
So yeah, I've started it in the way that I've cleaned the workshop. Everything's on charge, and the piece of wood is in there, so that's happening.
Nice.
Yeah, I might have to involve some resin because I do notice that whenever you lift the wood out of the paper that you packed it in, it leaves a little bit more wood on the paper. It is quite brittle, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't been able to start anything yet. I have dumped all the video clips I took from the weekend onto my computer, but I haven't yet sorted through them or started editing or anything. But I hope there's a video in there somewhere. But we'll just have to see.
I don't think I took many pictures or videos, but if I did, I'll put them in the folder for you, KJ, just in case you want to use any of them.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
You must have got plenty of footage, though, because you were practicing with that gimbal everywhere you went, weren't you?
Yeah, but I'm not sure that it came out usable.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I did miscalculate time a bit beforehand, so I was late with the maker swap, and I did not have as much practice with the gimbal as I thought I would. And I mean, I when I got it, I went, as you do, go on YouTube and find a starter video when this is how you use it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I have had that saved to my phone since then. Anyway, I mean, it was a time ago, but I watched it in the hotel room on Friday night when I unpacked my bags. I had it on in the background, and just okay. Oh, so that's what that means. Okay. So yeah, but I think I got some use for it. It was not much nicer. I mean, it is made for walking around shooting.
Yeah.
For that, it felt like it worked great. But yeah, we'll see about.
I'm really interested in hearing once you've gotten to know it, because the most difficult footage I find is when you're doing like these showcase B-roll footage when you want to present something that you built.
Yeah.
Because you want like to pan and zoom at the same time, and then you have to take a side step and try not to bump into anything, and then even the smoothest footage, once you get into to editing, is like, yeah, this is as jerky as a 16-year-old Home Alone. So
that was very well put. Yes. I have the same feeling. It might work for that. I don't know. I still have to play around with it more.
yeah,
It was funny to see you set it going and it just point off in the opposite direction at certain times. And this is it tracking my face. No, it's not.
Yeah. It's it has its problems. But I'm really keen on starting a new project. And you have the seeing, what's her name / handle? She was demoing the turboplane and power carving.
Oh, Lauren Wood.
Yes,
Wood's my thing.
yes.
Yeah.
That was inspiring to see. Because she was really good at it, but I have no intention of thinking that I would get that result. But still, I'm very ready to do that. So that will probably be my part of my weekend, I think.
Yeah, we went and said goodbye to her as we were leaving the show on Sunday, and she gave us a piece of cherry to bring that we brought home with us as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was my piece of cherry, but I think it's Michelle's now. So yeah, that was the woman we popped in to see on the way back from France last year. KJ, it's Michelle's friend.
I am not envious at all. She seemed really cool.
She's a very nice person.
Yeah.
Very nice. Too nice.
It's suspiciously nice.
Exactly.
so let's talk about fire extinguishers.
Yes, let's.
Yeah.
Not Laura Camp's workshop. No.
That's everyone has.
Oh, you had to
about
mention that. I was kind of hoping. Could we sail through the entire episode without talking about Laura's workshop?
I can edit it. Carry on. Fire extinguishers,
Right.
you say, Haavard?
Yeah. Fire extinguishers. Of course, I have the Super Soaker project going, and I've had a fire extinguisher for that purpose exactly, but I need to empty it. And I've watched some YouTube videos and I've read about it, and it's a bit scary. The dial says 16 bar, and of course, I don't want to get that powder anywhere. And they say you could use it outside, but there is no rain anywhere near. So, but then I saw this guy. What if I release a fire extinguisher in my aquarium? And then
Poor fishes.
no fishes. But yeah, that sounds reasonable. So here the other day, I just filled the tub with water and just emptied it into that, and I was kind of let down how little pressure it was in it. I mean, it's just a few seconds and it was empty. Because I was just slowly releasing it, so I was kind of hoping it would last, or I was expecting it to last longer. But if you don't press it hard, you can actually get out most of the air while most of the powder is still in the container.
That's probably what happened inside my van then.
Yeah. And of course that powder is hydrophobic as well, so some of it just made it into big lumps on the bottom, while most of it was just flying on top of the water. So I had to skim it off into a bin bag and just discard of it. But it was really easy once you've emptied it. So now I have all the parts, so now I'm getting ready to do some welding, and yeah, so that's might do that this weekend, because I realized today that I'm going to be home alone for 2 days. That's
You lucky.
yeah, I know.
I thought you were coming over to see me. It's your turn to look after me this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, shared custody is a bitch.
I love the fact that you two argue about it in the other way. You have him. No, you have him.
Yeah, I mean,
We're bad parents.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a very superficial argument, is it? We do have a very good arrangement here, and Michelle is paying us decent money, so we are basically it's like taking candy from a child in more ways than one. But yeah, talking about candy, someone is butchering their shop and selling it off for scraps or souvenirs. Laura Kampf is discontinuing her German workshop. That's a shocker in the maker community.
I mean, she is kind of a trash queen of, and then getting rid of stuff. That's very non-hoarding tendencies.
We did talk about this last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's just a decision on whether we're going, really, isn't it? That we need now.
Yeah, I mean, you have a van. We know the routes to take.
Yeah, we've got the routes planned out, haven't we?
Yeah. The only thing is, if you don't treat it as a road trip, I think we're setting ourselves up for being disappointed. Because I'm guessing if we were to go, we weren't the only ones, and I don't think anything of the good stuff will go for cheap. And so you're not going. You might get some trinkets as a memorabilia, but
Souvenir,
other than that, it's basically to go there as a road trip and also see which other makers just happens to be there, because this is a one-time event. I'm guessing it's not going to happen again.
Well, unless she doesn't do very well with the sale, and then maybe she'll go back and do another one in September.
I was going to say, oh, you mean the Los Angeles one? I'm not flying to Los Angeles for that one.
We did speak about going to Sweden and seeing KJ's workshop, and as I was leaving Maker Central the other day and said goodbye to Stian, I said, I'll see you next time, and Stian said, I'll see you at the next Makers Meetup in Sweden. So maybe we can go all three Northern Makers and have our own Maker Meetup, even if it's just us three and Stian.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently we have a hang around.
Yeah. Let's invite him and no one else, but just don't tell him. So he's just, I'm going to make a meetup, and everybody like, what? And it just turns out
it's exclusive.
No, it's just you. Yeah.
Yeah. Like hanging around with the old men, apparently.
Oh, he made that perfectly clear.
Yeah.
You know these young kids.
Yeah, I won't hear a bad word said against him. He gave me lots of chocolate at Maker Central.
I did see the pictures and like, who brought to Oh yeah, he went. So it makes sense.
He's the only one.
Yeah, apart from Nerdforge, he was the only Norwegian there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did talk about having his own parade, but then he forgot his flags, and
He's the only Norwegian that doesn't love his country like the rest of you.
Yeah, apparently. It's amazing that you let him back in the country, I think.
Yeah, well, we flagged him, so he's on the list. So we'll see how he behaves.
He's now 2 years in a row absent from the 17th. I mean, that can't be good. 3 strikes and you're out, isn't it?
Yeah, that's jail time without parole. So yeah,
that was what all the rest of you weren't absent this year because you weren't there.
And you have to clock
marks.
in and make yourself seen. So that's why I took on the official piece of garment, and I went outside, and you have to clock in at 3 different places in the parade to get it validated, and it's a big process.
The tractor parade as well.
I forgot about. We had done the main parade. We were at the train station, just going to pick up the car and go home, and then we just saw the tractors. And of course, I live in an agricultural area. Same. Yeah. And of course, every year they have a tractor parade, and we used to get up in the morning just to see that. That was an event because my kids love tractors and everything.
I wonder who they got that from.
Yeah, who would have guessed? But then it was after the pandemic. It did not happen for at least 2 years. So I kind of just forgot about it, and I did not check up on it this year. And then when I saw the tractors, and it was old tractors, new tractors, small tractors, big tractors, and I have a small tractor. I want to. This is the exact. I mean, it just instantly had that. This is the purpose for why I built that tractor in the first place. And like, how long will they be driving? Can I drive home, breaking all the speed limits to just get on? No, I don't have the 2-stroke petrol ready. Nothing is ready. So, but I'm making a note in the calendar for next year because you have to actually register in advance to participate. And that got me thinking, should I then make a trailer for that tractor so I can also ride with the kids? And I'm a bit, it's not road legal, but some of the old tractors I don't think is road legal either. So I think I'm in the clear. And if they don't allow me, I can always be just waiting by the side like Smokey and the Bandit, and then just in the middle of the line just floor it and just find my place. I mean, I can squeeze in between anything.
I mean, it would be fun just seeing the parade go by and you sitting on your by the side of it and watching the other one go by. That would be a great shot as well.
Yeah.
But having you being lost in the line, just trying to catch up with the rest of them, that would also be very, very funny.
It is a very famous scene in the movie Convoy where the cop is trying to catch up with the convoy of trailers, and you have this very plinkety plonkety country music while he's riding a very bouncy, slow American car alongside all the trailers trying to get to the front of the pack. Do a reenactment of that would be really cool because at the pace they were going, I would eventually be able to overtake them. Then again, that would be a stunt without the kids back in the back of the trailer.
Yes.
So yeah, like it's this week all the summer project really piled on. So, but yeah, having the weekend off or to myself, I might get some building done.
So seems like your summer projects are piling up. Shall we think about a meetup in maybe October? Oh no, that's too close to Scarpa, isn't it?
I mean, it's not. I mean, as long as it's not on the same weekend, it's not too close. But it gets. I mean, it is just on the verge of if you have a late summer, it's okay, but you might also have an early autumn, which makes it cold and miserable, at least in any of the Scandos territory.
Yeah.
So
it's not going to be Sweden as it in its prime.
But the question is there an event in, let's say, September or early October where they have some flowery phallus symbol dance thingamabob? I mean, it would be nice to have some cultural.
No, the flowery phallus, that's in June.
Yeah, maybe I'll just bring Michelle over for a birthday. Nothing says happy birthday like a big flowery phallus. She's enjoyed it every year so far.
That depends what you like.
But, I mean, I'm all for meeting up this year, but we could also start preparing for that. I mean, we could do a June meetup in Sweden next year for the flowery phallus, but then again, it kind of rests on KJ having to ditch his family traditions for hanging out with a couple of weirdos laughing at everything that's going on.
I don't think he'd want us there disrespecting that.
I do not respect anything, so I'm very much in the camp of laughing at everything. So that is not a problem.
Yeah, I think me and Haavard might get you in trouble.
Yeah,
It happens.
I mean, I really, for it to be the perfect thing, I need to get drunk and participate. I need to.
Yeah.
You can't just stand and watch. You need to be a part of that. So yeah, I see myself dancing around that thing.
Yeah, I'm certainly not watching it sober.
No, we're not maniacs.
Oh dear. Have we made enough free content for one night, do you think?
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
For,
I can't remember a thing we talked about, so it's probably nice.
yeah,
Good chat.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I just watched the time, and yeah, this is about right. We should have enough content. Yeah.
All right then. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.